Next is going to be ROLR. This is ROLR. This is High Roller Technologies. Y'all should be familiar with this one because we've traded this one in the past, and it was a banger in the past as well. I can't remember who all was on this one, but good golly, Miss Molly, this thing was wild last time we traded it. Let's see if we get the same thing here today. Worth noting, we have entered the fair value gap already. That was created here, and we have already bounced from it. So there is one on this chart, but it is no longer unmitigated, despite that happening in the pre-market. So we'll see if this provides some support, but this is not just a trigger to take the trade. High Roller Technology shares are trading higher after the company announced it executed a definitive agreement with Crypto.com to enter the U.S. prediction market. Okay, prediction market headline there. That is sending this thing higher. In fact, I don't know what's wrong here, but this stock higher by 86%. Thing closed below $5 yesterday. Looks like we're touching 10 here. Quick peek at the short interest on this one. 4.96% of the float is shorted with 2.67 days to cover. So, well, there is some short interest there. I certainly wouldn't be calling for a squeeze. We can talk about a squeeze if you want, aka CAR, but we'll do that a little bit later. On average, the stock trades 2.41 million shares. It has a float of 5.95, so just about 6 million shares. 13, what do you think here on ROLR?
Well, the company entered into a binding letter of intent with Crypto.com. Oh, I'm just kidding. That's the news from January 14th when this thing was soaring over 300%. The news today is actually that they made a definitive agreement with Crypto.com to enter the U.S. prediction market. So almost the same news. It's not, but almost the same news for ROLR here with Crypto.com. This is a more definitive agreement, not the letter of intent that we had last time. So maybe we see this move up here and then it kind of sells off, because this might be a bit of a sell the news event, because this was everything that we were getting news-wise today was all said back in January 14th, that this is the path that High Roller was going to take. Here we are. So there could be a lot of back and forth. We're seeing a lot of great upside in the pre-market here. It looks like it's having a hard time getting and staying over 10. We have printed 10.10 this morning, but no closes over that 10 handle yet. The company does have some cash. They're going to need to raise more capital, though. And they do have just under 6 million shares in the float. That's what's moving here today. I'm kind of concerned about this inability to get a hold above 10. There's clearly a seller in the way there. But if we do start to leak, we do have some support at VWAP. That's probably going to be the only support levels that I really see here. There's probably a fair value gap in there from all this moving up here. I would say maybe 750 could provide some support possibly, but I don't know that it's going to be as strong as where I'm seeing with VWAP here. So that's the support that I see. Resistance at $10. We'll see what we get when we open.
Okay, that's a fabulous breakdown. Let me start at the end there with the whole fair value gap thing. So first of all, this is the fair value gap that I have identified. Remember, the genesis of this is off of the 15-minute chart. So if you use a smaller time frame in order to generate those gaps, you may have more of them. But this is what I have. And I actually, in addition to this 13, my study that tells me when to buy and when to sell also flagged to buy right here on this candle. So it looks like so far it's worked. Here's the point that I want to stress to you. The fair value gap is no longer unmitigated, so that's one thing. However, look where the VWAP is. It is literally right at the bottom of that gap area. So I would not be shocked if this stock comes in and takes out the gap, tests the VWAP, maybe even peaks below it, and still gives us a bounce. Now, your breakdown there of what happened the last time, that was phenomenal. And I agree. I think that there is likely going to be a sell the news thing here. Remember, back in January, when you talked about that before, this is what the stock did. Mm-hmm. So on the anticipation of that, this stock ran up to a 33 handle before coming all the way back down to single digits. Now we're getting the definitive news. 13, your call about 10 being significant resistance, that is easily identifiable off the chart. I completely concur with you. I think 10 is going to be an extremely important level to not only get above, but stay above if we want higher. But here's my call. I don't know. I think your sell the news thing is spot on there. I am pretty confident in saying I don't think we get a print into the 30 handle. Maybe this does run. Someone in here is saying 12 next. Who was that? West Capital says this is going to 12. Could totally see it. Could totally see another $2 from where we're at, $2.50 from where we're at right now. I don't know if we want to hold out for 30s.